Hello, everyone. Today I'm your host. My name is Adam, and I'm a position of solution engineer here in Product Fruits. And I always start with the best part about me. I'm a former customer, so I was once sitting on your chair. Today we will be talking about Tours Masterclass, how to build them, optimize them, translate, automate, scale up, and so on and so on. At the beginning, some practical info for you. Please use the Teams chat for our communication to ask your questions and get the answers. Don't worry, all this session is recording and you will receive it after the session. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about we will forget to you. And every topic which is described in today's session is also described in our knowledge base. At the last page of this presentation, there were links and QR codes to all of these topics. So let's start with this one. What's today's goals? I would like to show you our one-click translations because manual translations are really tedious. Then we will talk about building unbreakable tours, how to make them really shine and how not let your environment break these tours. And the last one will belongs to segmentation, how to target the right people at the right moment. Yeah. Let's start with the one click. Localization. We all know that localized onboarding is critical for smooth adoption, but the manual effort often required makes secondary priority. Why? Because it's tedious, repetitive manual workflow. These manual translations are the major bottleneck because it forces you to recreate the entire feature, layout, and text for every new language and content you will add. On the other hand, with automatic translations, it eliminates this manual work. It translating your content while keeping the original design and structure perfectly intact. You can now launch multi-language onboarding in seconds. Let me show you how to do it in our first demo today with one click. Simply choose into which language you want to do the translation of the whole tour and then do the one click. Wait 20 seconds and voila, it's done. Translated multi-step tour in few seconds. In combination with generating with Elvin, it will take you 3 minutes to create basic tour or welcome tour in multiple languages. It sounds great, right? But what if you don't want to manage dozens of static multilingual tours? Elvin is the shift towards truly adaptive onboarding. So right away to the second demo, I will show you that Elvin speaks every language by default. That means you no longer have to generate manual versions. And in fact, it doesn't matter if your knowledge base data are only in English and your users speak Czech, Italian, Portuguese. Elvin and its adaptive tools simply translate an answer to the user in his language instantly without any hesitation. So it was really fast about the translations, about the one-click translations, but that's it. Yeah. At this moment, we covered these one-click translations and even more. And all of this is possible thanks to Elvin AI. So it's time for first round of questions. Lucas, do we have some?
Yeah, we have some first. Nancy is asking if these translations are going to be acceptable to native speaker. And I think we can say it for Czech, but Robert is answering in the chat already that it's good to have it Czech. But my idea as Czech speaker is that it looks very, very good. What's your idea, Adam?
Yeah, definitely. And even though I was verifying with some of my friends, for example, in Portuguese and so on, there might be some small hiccups because of different versions of Portuguese, Spanish, and so on. But overall, generally, it provides really great translations.
One more question. This is from me. You were showing how to translate a tour you made in seconds. What about some existing tours? And is translating them just as simple, or is there some difference?
There is no difference with this with the application, how it's embedded into Product Fruits editor, and not only editor, because it's embedded also inside the administration. So you can simply translate the generated tour already or created tour. You can simply translate all these pop-ups, banners, everything basically. Yeah, so it's very versatile, and now you can handle all the multi-language applications within a few minutes.
So it's basically really any content you have in Product Fruits that you can translate. What about buttons and card buttons and things like that?
It's already it's translating as well.
Cool. So I see no more questions right now, so let's move on.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Nancy. It's great to see you again here. And let's shift a little bit from these languages. So let's start about the building unbreakable tours. It can be challenging, right? All of us want onboarding that lasts, but the environments create technical obstacles that can break traditional tours. One of these obstacles are multi-tenant environments. Do you know what is it? If not, let's talk about it. Multi-tenancy, it's like when there are subdomains, are when the URL address changes for each of one of your customers. So it can be customer A, B, C, D, and so on and so on. But the main domain of your application remains the same. Still, it's yourapp.com. We do support this setup because it's our goal to ensure seamless customer onboarding across your platform. On the other hand, there is a multi-domain setup. These are entirely different applications where your user or your customer has access into. Yeah, like ERP, banking, scheduling application, and so on and so on. Even though these applications belongs to you, they are different domains. And this connection is much thinner or none between these applications. And as customer jumps between completely separate domains, we do not support this. It's not one domain. However, that's not the only dynamic part of environment. Let's imagine that you have thousands of customers, and each one of them has specific ID in your app. For example, IDs, yeah, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want to create onboarding experience for each one of them. The solution is called dynamic URLs, which acts as a wildcard in your application. It allows your onboarding to be functional across thousands of unique customers' paths without any manual configuration. This approach ensures that your tours are ready to serve the next 5,000 users as easily as they served the first one. Let me show you how to handle onboarding experience of your customers in a scalable way in our third demo today. As we already mentioned, you have these thousands of IDs. Each customer has its own ID in your application. When you are creating the tour, you are going to create it on one of them. So it is remembered which ID was it. Yeah, The easiest way is to replace it, these static IDs, with a wildcard, with a dynamic. And now it works for all of them. You don't have to worry to switch between customer 1 to 5,000. No, it works for all of them. Now, when we dealt with the dynamic URLs, we have another challenge. The tool that worked perfectly during your demo breaks at the moment developers push a tiny platform update. Why is it happening? Unfortunately, and this is small customer experience nightmare. It's called dynamic CSS. They make your onboarding experience really fragile and unpredictable because this can lead to frustration and loss of trust in the onboarding, even though onboarding is not guilty in this case. Every time the development team deploys a change, the underlying labels, the CSS of your platform, shifts to different names. From your point of view, as right now, it looks like strange character mess. But it's important to know that is happening automatically, and it will be. The good news is it's framework specific. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that everyone is affected by this. No, it depends on architecture of your application. To solve this, we stop chasing shifting CSS and try to adjust to them and these classes and so on. And we started using stable anchor, like visible text, for example, in the save button and so on. So we are providing the text targeting that allows us ignore the messy code and focus on what the user actually sees. So your team should be focused on building new features and better customer experience, not fixing broken selectors. You can just target the save button and you can highlight through the nesting, you can highlight main menu and just focus on dashboard button there. You can ship UI updates or your platform updates without the fear of breaking the entire onboarding experience. Because accurate analytics depends on tool actually firing. Broken selectors like this means blind spots in your adoption data. Let's take a look how you can handle all these techniques to avoid blind spots in our fourth demo today. Pardon me. Right now, I'm trying to focusing on owner, for example, of this card. However, the problem is there is a dynamic CSS selector, as you can see. So I need to take in consideration bigger picture, for example, like this, the whole page. And from this whole page, I can, through text targeting, focus only on word owner, which is here. And through nesting, I can focus on bigger picture than just the word owner. I can highlight, for example, whole name, whole card, and so on. And so this is the way where text targeting and nesting can help. Unless your developers will change the button from the save to create or something like that. Then you will need to fix it. These ways looks amazing. However, if we are looking for bulletproof reliability, we need to consider something even bigger. We need to consider data attributes. In searching a way to target element that doesn't break every time the developer change a CSS, the data attributes create some kind of contract between customer experience team and engineering team, because they need to make agreement. This will be always the same. So instead of relying on real code titles and CSS classes that might change, we use, let's call it custom sticky notes called data attributes to label key application features. For example, like here, the save button, it can be data test ID save/button, and it will never change for the rest of the life of my application. It can change colors, it can change whatever, it can change even the name from the save to create. But when it will have this data attribute, it will never break. The result of all this, a set and forget. That's onboarding infrastructure. Transform these fragile nested selectors with data attributes into clear, readable anchor, which will never break. And to see all these improvements, after all of these implementation, we have to go to our analytics. So how you can identify broken tours and how you can handle it through the analytics. While it takes some effort to process and interpret analytical trends at the beginning, the payoff is deep understanding of your onboarding health. When a tour breaks due to CSS change, it just stops showing, which you will see as unexplained drop-off in your funnel. And now I will guide you through the tour analytics in our 6th demo. So let's go. All you need to do is just find the tour where you can see some problems. And here in the funnel, you can see the progress. You can see there is some natural progress. People are drop off. There are some drop-offs from step to step. However, the problem are last 2 steps because there is no one, not even one person visited. So you need to open the tour in the editor and basically check these last 2 steps of the tour. And here we have here we can see the problem, because there was probably a dynamic CSS again. So after the latest release, it was unattached from this model. So all you can do and all you need to do is just to fix it, select it once again. Or the best case is use data anchors. This this kind of troubleshooting might look a little bit slow and frustrating process of elimination if you have multiple different tours. Yeah, that's for sure. However, with our debugger, it's a little bit different, because with the debugger, you or your teams can identify and resolve most of these issues, even without any technical knowledge. Yeah, it's basically a live control panel that shows you the items' operational status in real time. So instead of digging through the code or waiting for the analytics to surface these issues like I showed you before, the last 2 steps of the tour, you can watch it happen and fix it on the spot. So let me show you. How you can do it is in this demo number 6 today. Yeah, this demo is a little bit speed up, so I will do some pausing in here. So here on the top, you can see the debugger, and now you can see that I'm trying to identify and I'm going through the problem with this tour. And as you can see right now, first 2 steps were okay. It was just the card. The second was click on this button. But now it says target element not found, waiting for it. It's on the step 3 out of 6 of the tour quotes. So all I need to do is I need to go to the 3rd step of this card and check the CSS selector. As you can see, it was again broken due to this dynamic CSS. So I just need to fix it. I just need to reattach it again. And after that, you can see it works flawlessly. And then there is the last one, again, the modal. Yeah, it seems that the modal should work, but right now we can see in the debugger, it's a little bit different error message. It says URL template / dashboard, last tracked URL, dashboard / quotes. So it means that this card should be displayed, or the last card should be displayed on different page than I am here right now. So everything what I need to do is, again, fix the URL template in our editor. Yeah, so I need to go here to this last step and fix this editor there. So everything what you need to do from the beginning is you just need to engage the debugger from the Google Chrome Web Store. It's in our Google Chrome extension, sorry, and he will help you. Goal of whole this part of building Unbreakable tools was to help you create onboarding that survives every deploy and will be scaling with your product. By moving away from these fragile selectors and incorporating data attributes and using our diagnostic tools, we ensure that our onboarding remains reliable asset rather than the maintenance burden for you. And before we will move on, Lucas, do we have any new questions?
Yeah, there is some discussion going on in the chat. There was a question, say you get interrupted while taking a tour. Can you pause tour and resume without starting the tour from the beginning?
Well, not in fact. You can let the user skip from the tour by skip button or something like that, and then when user will start it again, it will start again. Yeah, but it needs to be manually. It needs to be manually done. Or when user will close the tab, pardon. When user close the tab, and he will return back to this tab, he will continue from the step where he ended.
There was also a question about the tour, broken tour notifier. Roberto was saying in the chat that we have a request for that. Maybe Martin, do you know if this is something that's right around the corner?
Yes, definitely. We are just piloting that, and we'll be adding it also for the new product which we'll be launching, which I'll present it to you. So definitely it will be in the analytics tour section, and then also in the flows section. So yeah, stay tuned. It will happen. You will be notified when there is a problem. We know that visibility is key.
Okay, great. And Adam, maybe one question from me on this. Can I target an anchor element which does not contain a text when you were showing the way to do this? For example, just an image or button image, something like that.
Well, definitely you can, because this image, this button, even without the text, has some CSS selector around it, which represents this button. So you can target for this one, or you can definitely do it with these data attributes. Yeah, so if you will create data attribute for the button or for the image, then Product Fruits will be always able to attach it, to target it.
Okay, thanks.
Perfect. Thank you, Lucas. So the tour that never breaks is great, right? But what if we will show it to the wrong person? I still consider it as a failure. We've secured the technical foundation for all of this to be not to be broken. However, now we are shifting our focus to segmentation, ensuring that our unbreakable content is only seen by the users who actually need it or supposed to see it. Delivering the right message to the right user at the right time. It all started with this admin segment Yeah, because you don't want to guess if the tool works. Yeah, you want to always verify it based on a live environment. Yeah, because this is the way how you can ensure that it will be every time safe. So your safety net, admin segment. Because without admin segments, you are essentially testing on your live users. And by the way, this approach ensures that onboarding is polished and professional from the very first second it goes public. Let me show you how you can battle test every tour and hint before a single customer sees it in this 7 demo. Yeah, so you don't want to never guess if the tool works. Verify it in the environment, which is live on production. You just simply need to create one segment called admin. Into this segment, you type in some usernames, or you type in, for example, the emails which will contain at yourcompany.com. So everyone from your company will be assigned as the administrators and will be able to see the content for the administrators. And when you will do it really properly, you create seamless workflow when you are adding new member to this admin segment. Everything instantly will be seen for him. And how to do it exactly? And why is it, why it's happening that he will see everything when you will add him? It's due to segments inheritance. This is for sure one of the most complex topics because of the segments inheritance of nesting segments. Ensure that targeting remains accurate and easy to manage as your user base grows. Instead of building every rule from scratch, you can nest segments, and it allows you to scale complex segments into logic across hundreds of experience easily. For example, your segment can be the targeted trial users, while automatically including high activity users and not onboarded users and trial users. On the other hand, this segment of trial users is built from admin user segment or all the users who sign up in the last 14 days. I know this might be really complex, really intimidating. However, with the proper efficiency, you can avoid like 20-line rules as it's written there, and just by simply nesting these 2 or 3 lines of other segments. So let me show you how it looks like in product fruits. Yeah, it sounds and looks really complex, but trust me, when you will try it by yourself, it's going to be a lot of easier to understand it. All you need to do is really start with the one segment, then create another segment and put first segment into the second one, or vice versa. It's up to you which one you will start. And then it will start growing as a snowball. So you will create all these complex rules and segments. Yeah, and you will use this segment inheritance for precise targeting. And by the way, when I mentioned the rules, that's the good point. Do you know if is it better to use segments or rules? What do you think? Just try to guess in the comments, and I will go slowly to the next page. I will give you 4 seconds to post it there. And now you can think about the rules as the raw ingredients, and the segments as the finished recipe you can use over and over again. The key is to balance the speed with scalability, because rules are great for quick experiments, but segments are essential for anything you plan to maintain long terms. Yeah, for example, you can use this decision framework. Like, will I need this targeting logic again? Yes, so build it as a segment. No, just use it once as a rule. But don't try to build some complex rules and something. No, definitely, if you are trying to build something more complex, segments and segment inheritance, it's much better concept to use. By using the framework and converting your best performing rules into reusable segment, you build a library of proven targeting that make future onboarding faster and more reliable. And of course, for your colleague, it will be much easier to understand what is really happening there. So they will be able to reuse your tactics. Now, our journey doesn't end here. We have a full lineup of sessions coming up, focusing on everything like. Oh wait, I think I know better person to present the future because he already started with this one. So please welcome on stage our head of product, Martin. So Martin.
Hi, Adam, and thank you for your presentation today. I hope guys you liked it. There'll be much more to come. As you see in front of you, we have three more big ones, big webinars upcoming, which I'll be presenting. The first one is related to discoveries and outcomes. So it's something like our take on user research. So we want to push the surveys a little bit further and give you a little bit more value from surveys. So that's the reason why we call it discovery. It will be AI powered since beginning till end. So it will help you to create the user research, perform the user research, and also give you the very actionable and tangible insights. Basically everything automatically within a few minutes. So I'm looking forward to presenting this one. We're starting the pilot within the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. And the next one is the biggest one, right? That's the flows. That's I would say one of the biggest releases since the first half of this year. And this is our take on a next generation of tours. So you all using Tour Editor. Adam presented all of its clumsiness and everything. And we believe that we have the way how to make it better. And it's not just a new Tour Editor, it's completely new product, which allows you to do completely new things which you couldn't do before. So I'm really looking forward to this one. We basically changed everything. So start since the day was, since beginning, nothing stayed the same. So I hope you like it. It's being tested, developed for many months. So I'm really looking forward to presenting you this one. It's a big one. So don't miss the flows. And the last one is Element Vision. That's when you take the Elven from the chat or assistant point of view, and then you just make it more human-like. So meaning you can speak with it, Elven can see your screen, Elven can guide you, Elven can speak with you and your end users. So this is, I would say, our more advanced feature, which brings Elven and AI assistants a little bit closer to your users. You don't have to use it, of course, so it will be live aside of the normal Elven. It's like a feature of it. So if you or your users will not be ready for it yet, that's fine. You can scale it and target it along the way, and as you feel it fits your AI journey. But I think that this is quite nice. It's a glimpse of the future, I would say. Not maybe everybody's ready for it on the same time, but we want to be there and show you how the future might look like. So this is again one I'm looking forward to, and also I think Ladia, our founder, will be on this one. So it will be really cool. So really stay tuned. Basically all of those products in front of you are completely new and not on the market now in any of the competition or anything. So really those are the big ones. I really believe you like them. It's not just flashy and everything. It's actually usable. So that's what we're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward for the pilots and getting your early on feedback. And yeah, it's really exciting. So yeah, looking forward to it. And as always, this is just beginning. So a lot of delivery ahead of us. So that's it. And thank you, Adam. And yeah, let's move forward. Ask any
Okay.
questions you want against the chat, guys, right? Against even those products. And that's no worries.
Yeah, we have a question about when will these presentations, the next webinars, when will they take place? When will they take place, and when we'll send out some invitations? So yeah, we'll be sending out invitations. Typically, it's like 2 weeks ahead. So we send it out, and we also show it in the product fruit. So you might find it actually there. Easiest way. With some banner or even pop up, probably in 3 weeks' time. But we still need to fine tune when is the right time when we have these things actually ready, so that after we present them or right when we present them, you can at least test them, try them in early access or something like that. So that's one question. There were some interesting comments. For example, Melodia was writing, create a test segment with several test accounts with different cases. It's easier than adding emails. So maybe if you have any comments on that, guys, I don't know.
Create a user segment with
several test accounts with different use cases. A test segment with several test accounts with different use cases is easier than adding emails. I don't know.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I understand it properly, this question. Yeah, but definitely, if you want to put there like hundreds of emails and do it manually, this or that or that or that, that's definitely tedious work as well. And this is the way how it shouldn't be. In this case, you should find out something what all these people have in common. For example, domain name at domainname.com, or for example, one of the person or the user custom properties, like is it enabled for testing or something like that, and then you can create admin segment based on this. Yeah, always there is way how to do it than just putting hundreds and hundreds of emails into it. This is definitely not the way which I mentioned.
Yeah. I was thinking about one other thing when you were talking about the Unbreakable tours and about the domains, subdomains. Is it possible to change the domain for existing tours and other content? For example, when you are for some reason migrating to another domain, things like rebranding, merger, or something like that.
Yeah, by default, the tour editor works with relative addresses. So it's like slash dashboard, slash user, slash settings, or something like that. This is by default behavior. So unless you will put there http mycompany.com/settings, then you can just switch it to a different application by inserting the JavaScript code into your new application, into your new tool. Yeah, so it's possible.
Okay, there was a question, so let me just answer it also now here in voice about the recording. So again, we already mentioned it in the beginning. We'll be sending out recording of this probably tomorrow. So yes, you will get it. Don't worry. There is one more question. If the segments and automatic translations are already live in production. So yes, but maybe Adam or Martin, you want to say more about it?
Yeah, definitely. The segments are in production since the beginning of Product Fruits, and the translations they are for new plans. In the old plans, you have some small numbers for the automatic translations, but with the new plans Pro and above, you have much more versatility with the limit of these translations.
Okay. So I wonder if there will be coming any more questions. In the meantime, I had one more question. When you are talking about finding tools that are broken, we are talking about that soon there will be this detector or this notification feature, which is great. How often or what is the best performance to check it now for the performance or errors?
It really depends, and it depends on your application, on your tech stack. Yeah, if you know that something is very often broken, so you can do this check with the developers or after developer release something new on the production. So usually like 2 weeks or 3 weeks during the or from agile world. Or at least once a month, you should do some random check to see if there can be something broken. Yeah, but overall, it depends on the tech stack your application is using.
Great. So before we wrap up, because there are no more like technical questions coming, there was an interesting like idea or comment in the chat that from Bruce. They have need for translating not just onboarding, but actually the whole like AI translations or auto translations for the whole product, for the whole SaaS. I guess that's out of our scope, but interesting idea. What could we also cover today with tech and with some solutions in the market?
Yeah, definitely. This is or one of things in our backlog is some batch translations for everything in product fruits to translate just to different language and so on and so on. So we are considering all the options and we are choosing the ones which are quite often requested. Yeah, so to be able to deliver them as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's correct. We're just starting with this as a first step. And I know the translation and multi-regional settings is very crucial for you. So this is just the first step. And we're starting with that, and then we will expand because those batch operations still require a little bit more attention. So it will come. Our goal is be really as multilingual as possible. So it is just a matter of when and not if. So stay tuned there.
Yeah, we are from Europe. You know, we live with more than 20 languages here, so it's something we face all the time. Okay, no more questions in the chat, so I think it's time to wrap this up today. So thank you all for participating, for spending time with us. I hope Adam brought you some good insights on how to do some things better, on how to do some things in a new way, how to auto-translate. And of course, next time it will be Martin's stage about the new stuff we will be bringing you. So stay tuned, and we'll send you invitations and announce them in the product.
And one last surprise at the end of today's session. Here are our QR codes for me and for Amy and her super technical team, who are really amazing. However, my QR code today is a little bit different. It's supposed to end on open hours with limited availability. These open hours will be happening every 2 weeks on Thursday at this time, and there will be 15 spots for every one of you who wants to discuss something. If you have some problem, if you have some best practice, if you have some request, don't hesitate to book a call with me during these open hours, and we can discuss it together, even with some broader audience, to see if there will be some resemblance with someone else's idea.
Great. So, and finally, the last slide is with the links to our knowledge base, where you can look into details on the things that were presented today. So, is there up to you? It will be also in the video we send out. So, thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thank you, and see you next time.